occasionally in a store, or maybe even at the campus market that we have here. But how many of you have actually drinking it before? Okay, so a pretty fair number. That's awesome. For those of you who haven't, kombucha is basically a healthy, vinegary tasting drink. In front of you, I have placed a small amount of kombucha because I feel like that's the only way that you can really get a full grasp what it really is. So I guess bottoms up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. That's strong.
Some of you very obviously hate this, which is subjective to what you get. But even though it's seemingly disgusting, I really enjoy it, and I've been drinking it for about 3 years, pretty consistently now, and I really like it. But before I'm done here, hopefully those of you that have had it before understand a little more about what you're drinking, and those that haven't might have a few reasons to start drinking it, even though it's kind of a little, you know? In order to understand this, I'm going to talk about where it comes from, how it's made, and the health benefits that you can get from it. So kombucha has been around for actually quite some time. We don't really know the origin of it, but we believe it came from China about 2,000 years ago. Then it kind of died off a little, and it resurfaced in World War I. And in a 2000 publication from Food Research International, E. Farnsworth claims that during this time it was especially popular in Russia, with it being called the Russian secret home remedy. Soldiers in this time used it to relieve their headaches and gastral stress by drinking it. In more recent times, it's gaining increasing popularity. Stores are stocking up on it more, and people are becoming more familiar with it. According to Amanda Del Buño's 2017 article, Fermented in Success, kombucha market was growing by an estimated 41% in 2016. To put this in perspective, that adds up to about $500 million in revenue. Clearly, this drink is growing in popularity, but what is it that we're putting in our bodies exactly? And its most basic form, kombucha, is basically just fermented tea. In Brett Thorne's 2017 article, Kombucha Brews Consumer Appeal, he explains that kombucha is made by adding a sweetener, usually sugar, to brew tea along with something called a SCOBY. SCOBY is basically a symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast, and it's the catalyzer for the fermentation process in making a drink. During fermentation, the yeast turns the sugar into alcohol, and the bacteria in it turns the alcohol into acid, which gives it the nice carbonation taste along with like the vinegar to it. And why do people choose to drink vinegar, you might ask? If you're not someone like me who drinks it just purely for pleasure and because I like it, you would drink it because it has nice health benefits. There's a long list of health benefits that come with it, but I'm going to focus on 2 of them that are probably the most pertinent to us here at Cal Poly. The first one being our stomachs. In a 2015 publication of Journal of Chemistry, Viduera Washera states that the probiotic microorganisms in kombucha normalize the process in the gut and help improve digestion. I'm sure all of you can relate to feeling kind of crappy after eating a week of college food. So if you drink this, it's gonna clean everything up, and you're gonna feel good. And the second, probably most important, is sickness. We see Vinny here leaving sick. If you drink this, it really helps. In E. Farnsworth's 2000 article, Tea, Kombucha, and Health, he explains that one element found in kombucha, usnic acid, is considered to deactivate some viruses in the body. So that's why this works. And if you drink it, you can kind of help your immune system out and maybe even get rid of some of the viruses that you may currently have or may be about to get. Now let us remember that kombucha is still just a fermented tea that's really vinegary and kind of tastes gross to most of us. But hopefully now you understand a little more about this weird drink, whether you currently drink it or whether you might consider drinking it in the future. And maybe next time you're at Campus Market or any other prospective place that sells it, you might consider buying it, either for its rich, delicious, vinegary taste or just the health benefits.